Hello. Hello? Is this thing on? What's going on? Hello? Wait, no, that's the wrong knob. I'm so confused. Ah, what's happening? Where am I? Hello? What's the... Ah! I'm confused. Hello. Hi. Hello everybody. I've had a lot of caffeine and I apologize. I think I'm going to be going a bit fast, possibly, potentially, until I calm down a bit. Hello, how are you doing? Hi. Hello, Lord to Basil. Hello, thank you for the lurk. I hope you enjoy your lurk. Hello, M0, good evening. Hello, Uavco. Meow, I agree. Meow, yes. Hello, Potter, thank you for the lurk. Also, I see the thingies. Thank you for all of those too. I'll come to those in a second. Hello, Guns. Hello. Hello. I'm confused. Oh no. What's going? Things. What? Something's happening and I'm confused. What? What? Hello? Wait, is it actually working now? Is it working? Oh, are we working this time? Oh my gosh, what's going on? I'm so... Hi. Hello, okay, it's working. Good stuff. Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome in, everybody. Hello, Takakis. Hello, Takakis. Welcome in. Yes, this is a singularity. Basically, everything was broken, but it's fine. We fixed it. It's all good. Hello, everybody. Yes, the caffeine-induced singularity. We're just about out of it now, I think. Possibly, perhaps, maybe. Yes. That was I'm not going to lie, that was very stressful. I intended to start the stream 45 minutes ago, so this is great. This is good stuff. Okay. Hi, everyone. So, what I was trying to say before I was rudely interrupted by Scuff was, hello, everybody. And also, thank you, Uavco, for the resub. Thank you, Urashiro, for the resub. 11 months. I'm stressed. Thank you. Thank you, Lankuri, also for the resub, and also Potter. Thank you for the resub. Thank you all. Thank you. And thank you for the hype train. And thank you for the lab safety register check-ins. Just Jane, Ikatono, Urashiro, Cizuk, and Lankuri, and Woodsticks. Hello, everyone. And wait, let me see who's also been here. Lankuri, hello. Urashiro, hello. Uravko, hello. Yeah, it was unprofessional, wasn't it? I'm not gonna lie. We don't talk about that. Hello, Nightmind. Hello, Guns. Hello. Husmod, something stochastic. Hello. Hello, Cizuk. Hello, Duke Duckman. Hello, Ikatono. I think I've already said hello to you. Sorry. I'm caffeinated and I don't know what's happening. Hello, Commodore. Hello. Hello, Siriax Machina. Hello. Is that everybody? I've got a lot of chat that I'm catching up with very, very quickly. I'm speedrunning it. Hello, the Red Panda. Hello, Woodsticks. I think I'm almost at the end. Okay, I think that's everyone. Hello, everyone. How are we all doing? We all good? Yes. And hello, Doc Rect. Hello. And hello, Hex Emulator. Hello. Okay, we got there. We've said hello to everybody now. Successful round. Nothing happened here. Nothing was scuffed. Nothing was scuffed. It's fine. Okay. Well, in case all of you missed that, I'm glad you missed that. If any of you didn't miss that, I'm sorry you had to witness that. I did actually have like a plan for what I was going to talk about and stuff. Oh. Yes, it was the aliens. Hello, Astro, hi. It was the aliens. They tried to take down my stream. It was the government. They took down my stream. They knew that I was going to talk about conspiracy theories and then they took it down because they knew that I was going to talk about it. Yeah, that's what was happening. It was clearly that. Yeah. Just realized the pocket on your model are neurons. They are indeed. I have neurons in a lot of places, actually. Wait, can I show you this? Hello? There, look, oh, my head. pretend that line was never there. I've got some on my belt as well. And also on my magical girl things. Tights, that's the word, yes. There's lots of neurons. I like neurons, they're satisfying. Oh. Hi, how are you? Okay, there we go. That's a bit more normal. Oh. Okay, that's fine. Hi, how are you? Oh. I'm so confused what's happening. Everything's broken. Okay, anyway, moving on. This is a stream. Okay. Hi, welcome to a stream. I don't know. I genuinely do not know what's happening. I'm so confused. I think that there's still a delay on the stream as well. There's still like a 5 to 10 second delay from what I'm seeing as well. So I apologize. I apologize for the scuff. I think I also saw Basil lurking as well. Hello, Basil, if you're still here. Thank you for lurking. And thank you for the lurk, Orishiro. Thank you. Hope you enjoy a lurk. My entire plan for everything has been entirely thrown off by all of that stuff. I don't know what's happening anymore. I don't know what's happening. Oh no, and I've had a lot of caffeine today, and I'm just gonna blame everything going wrong on the caffeine, because I don't normally drink caffeine. I had 2 coffees, which is a lot for me. I don't normally drink caffeine, but I had these 2 coffees and I locked in. I agree. Boom. The caffeine was 5 booms. I'm not gonna lie. I locked in. I wrote an entire literature review. I was on the ball. Yeah, I was too powerful. And now I'm probably gonna just stream until I caffeine crash, and then we all become a singularity, and then everything goes wrong. Yeah. I'm so confused. Oh no. I have to give back my graduation rose tomorrow, but I'm lazy, so I hope I don't forget. Please don't forget, because you could probably get told off for that. That wouldn't be ideal, would it? That would not be ideal, no. Not be ideal. Yeah. It's a shame that you have to borrow them. Back in the old days, you could buy them. Well, you can actually still buy them, actually. You can buy them, at least from my university, you can buy them, but they're really, really expensive, in the hundreds, and I can't see the point. Yeah. Local VTuber on 200% speed. Am I on 200% speed? Am I actually going faster? I genuinely don't know, because it feels like time is moving slowly and I don't know what's happening. That's the relativity. That's the effect of the singularity, isn't it? Yeah. Enjoy your lurk, Dakikers. Enjoy your lurk. I hope you get some good lurking stuff done. I'm about to down my second can of Monster and basically cram the last of child psychology before my essay. That's so valid. That's also how I survived child psychology. I really didn't like it. I did a really risky strategy with that exam and it did not pay off. I was like, I just can't bring myself to read this. I just don't care. And basically, we had this lecture, right? We had this lecture where one of the lecturers, the module convener, the person that was running the course was like, hey, you know what's come up every single year in every single child development exam ever? Autism. And I was like, okay, I noted. I'm gonna revise that, and then I'm gonna revise the basic theories and one other thing. Nothing I revised came up on the exam. Nothing. There was literally nothing about developmental differences. And I was like, oh, I was entirely banking on at least 50% of my marks on this exam coming from something about developmental differences. If it had been about ADHD, I could have made it work. If it had been about dyslexia or a specific learning disorder, I could have made it work. No, there was nothing. Literally nothing. First exam in 15 years where there had been nothing about developmental differences. I was like, what? What? Huh? I am confused. Oh no. Well, stream was gone. Psydere was actually making sick backflips. Too bad we all missed it. So true, actually. I was doing some sick research. That's what I was genuinely doing. I was putting together the most powerful research proposal of all time, actually. That's what I was doing. Yeah. But alas, none of you get to see it now. None of you get to see it because I don't know what's happening. You're heading off to bed, Night Mind. Okay, I hope you sleep well. I hope you sleep well. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the hydrate as well. Thank you. Sorry, look, we didn't get to hang out very much today. I cry. Okay. Why do people prioritize specific things over their entire mental health? I don't know. That's a big question, and that's not one that I can answer because I don't know anything about that. I don't know mental health things. I've got a plastic water bottle today. Did you hear this? That's the sound of my plastic water bottle. Is that ASMR? Does that count? I don't like it. I don't like it, but I need to finish it. No, that's too loud. Hi, Professor Dutchy. How you doing? Yes, microplastics. Yummy, yummy. Let's be honest. I am a millennial, and like, I'm probably just like 82% microplastics at this point, to be honest. It's too late for me. I've just accepted it. Oh no. Oh no. The research proposed was too powerful. It cannot be seen or comprehended by mortal minds. Exactly. If I managed to show you this research proposal, it would bring in so much grant money that like the whole of research would turn also into a singularity. That's the thing. So I can't possibly show it to anyone. Yeah. Because it's too powerful. It's too paradigm shifting. I finally started reading the book that I said about the structure of scientific revolutions. I finally started reading it, and but I haven't started the actual book yet. I just went through, like, today I read the essay at the beginning, and yeah, I was reading it, and there was just lots of talk about paradigm shift, and apparently there's lots of disagreements about the way that the word paradigm was used. And apparently it wasn't used in the way that we use it like that in terms of a paradigm shift until this book. And like, that's one of the fundamental things that this book did. Yeah, it was very interesting. But also I was kind of reading it and it was like kind of sassy. And I was like, why is this intro essay so sassy? I don't understand. And also like they were really, really bigging up the book. And I'm like, okay, buddy, calm down. I haven't even read it yet. Like, chill. That just means you're 82% dinosaur. So true, actually. I've accepted it. If you're 82% dinosaur, does that mean you're also 82% fossil fuels? Because if so, then that's actually true. Yeah. No, that must be true. Okay, I just understood the joke. It's okay. Apparently caffeine makes me go faster, but also slower. Make of that what you will. Okay. Dear. I recently realized that the filter on my water bottle was stopping a tiny piece of glass in the bottle from being drunk. Well, it's doing its job then. That's good. That's good. I do actually also have a glass water bottle. I would like to clarify. So I'm not like my normal glass bottle. My normal bottle is glass. There we go. Okay. My normal bottle. Oh dear. This is really something, isn't it? This is something. My normal bottle is glass. However, today I have also a plastic one because while I was out, I also got a plastic one because I was working today in a public space, a cafe perhaps, and I may have been too awkward to ask for tap water the whole time. So I may have survived almost entirely off of the coffee that I was purchasing, and also nothing else. I might have just forgotten to hydrate for an entire day because of social anxiety. So that's good. The non-caffeinated parts can't keep up. So true. Actually, yes. Hi, Ryo Die. Welcome in. How are you doing? I hope you're good. When my tutors tell me I can't use that word in that context, I'll just make a groundbreaking thesis where that becomes the norm to use the word in that context that I've invented. Exactly. That's clearly what this person's done. That's exactly what this person has done. It's very cool. Right? Like, he was like, I want to use a word in a new way. But then apparently there was a lot of debate over the way that he used the word because some people said that, like, he's used it in like 22 different ways throughout the book. But I'm just kind of like, is that not how words work? Like, he used them in different contexts. So I don't know what that was talking about. I don't know, because I haven't read the book yet. I've just read the essay about the book. But tomorrow I might start reading the book. I don't know. It depends. I read part of the book as like a, what's the word? To like celebrate the fact that I'd actually got so much of the literature review done. I was very happy about that, you know? Caffeine makes me both faster and slower. The input buffer has been reallocated to the output buffer. Genuinely, actually. I think that might be it. That might be it. I was very excited to find your channel as a fellow psych PhD pursuant. Yes, okay. I was excited to find yours too. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Because like there was a, so for anyone that isn't aware, for anyone that isn't terminally online like I am, today there was, or maybe it was yesterday, at some point in the last maybe 24 hours, there was like a thing, a meme going around on Twitter, which was like about overqualified VTubers. And I was like, teehee, funny meme. But also, there was a lot of people who have really interesting qualifications, and Rye or Die was one of them. I saw you. I saw you. I saw you. Is it behavioral? My heart is telling me behavioral neuroscience, but I can't remember if that's right. I apologize if that's wrong. Please correct me. But yeah, that was so cool. I was very excited. Very, very excited to find that and to find you. And there was a few other really cool people that I found as well. There was someone working in UX design. I was like, oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Originally clinical psychology, but now I'm going neuroscience and behavior. So you're spot on. Yes, I remembered. That sounds so interesting. Okay. I have so many questions, but maybe I should save the questions for another time, actually. That's probably quite stressful to get a barrage of questions the first time that you ever join a stream. But yes, welcome in, welcome in. Sometimes we talk about psychology here. Sometimes. Not today, though, because I've not... okay, I'm not gonna lie, I was actually originally planning to talk about something psychology related, but like there was some serious scuff right at the beginning, like when my entire internet just decided it wasn't gonna work for a solid 45 minutes, and now I've forgotten what I was gonna talk about. So that's a thing. That's a thing. Yeah. Share the link. What for the tweet? I think it was, I can find it. Wait. Yes, I think it was Psyken tweeted it, I think. Someone else tweeted it first, and then Psyken quote tweeted it, and then I think everyone I was finding off the quote tweet. Here you go. Here's the tweet. Here's the tweet. There you go. Hi, Boomer. How are you doing? How are you doing? I hope you're good. I hope you're good. Seems like a lot of VTubers are generally very skilled, right? There's so many people that are like, they do VTubing and then they're like really, really educated and really, really skilled and they have like interesting hobbies and stuff. But I feel like I don't know. Okay, this is my general observation. I feel like, it might be a little bit self-selecting in that sense. So obviously the VTubers that you're aware of may well be I don't know your personal taste in VTubers, but your personal, like the VTubers that you're aware of statistically are probably VTubers who have bigger followings. And I wonder if there's like, the same kind of skills that you would need to get through school and to get through like difficult careers and stuff like that might be the same kind of skills that you would need to be able to do VTubing. Because like, if I'm thinking about academia, for example, you need, like, obviously you need to, you know, the stereotype is like, you need to be smart, okay? But like, it's more than that. You also need to be like, what's the word? You need to have grit. Like, you need to be able to keep persisting at something even when it's not always fun. You also need to be good at networking. And you also need to be good at marketing yourself. And if you think about it, those are actually all skills that are also really, really helpful in terms of VTubing. Organization, networking, perseverance. Yes, exactly. So I think there might be a bit of like accidental overlap just in terms of the skill set that you need. And like all of those skills are also useful in like professional careers and stuff as well, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if the VTubers that tend to get more views and therefore, or get more people in the community, get more followers, whatever, are also the ones that you've heard of because they're bigger. So you're more likely statistically to have heard of them. And they are also the ones who have those skills because that is the reason why they're getting new followers and they're getting more people watching, you know? I think it's probably all interconnected, but I would love to do like actual research into this at some point because I want to know what's going on there. So much of it is persistence. Yeah, genuinely, right? I saw some stats the other day. I think there's like this guy who posts on Twitter. I've forgotten his name. I think his name's Zach something. But he posts like news updates about streaming on Twitter. And he got some data from Twitch. And I think it said that 50% of people drop out of streaming within the first 6 months. In fact, it might have been like 54% even, if I remember correctly. So yeah, so persistence is definitely like up there. And obviously that's general streaming, right? But VTubing in a way is probably even higher because people feel like there's an initial barrier to entry, right? In reality, there actually isn't an initial barrier to entry beyond like the hardware that you need to run a VTuber model, but like it's kind of the same hardware that you would need to run any stream, to be fair. Like you can also PNG tube. So I don't like I started my streaming with zero budget. I spent zero money. I did everything myself. I guess there is still like obviously in theory you can do it for free, but there is still kind of a barrier for entry because if you don't have money to commission other people to do it, then you also need to have the skills to be able to make your own assets. So there is still a barrier to entry in that sense, actually. I don't know if there's more of a barrier to entry to VTubing than to streaming generally, though. I'm not sure there. That I'm not sure about. But I was going somewhere with this. Yeah, the fact that there's an initial barrier to entry means that like it's already going to be people who are more invested for whatever reason. And then on top of that, yeah, if 50% of people drop out after 6 months, then you definitely need persistence, definitely. Yeah. I think it really comes down to expectations. People expect going into VTubing will see more growth than what is observed. That's very true. That's very true. I think a lot of people don't realize that it's kind of like any kind of like, how can I describe this? Like, I think if you're going into streaming or any kind of content creation with the intention to like make it big and become full time, I'm not convinced that's necessarily the right way to do it. Because like if you're doing it for the end goal of like getting famous or getting rich or whatever, then that doesn't necessarily guarantee that you're going to enjoy the process. Whereas if you do it as a hobby, that is more of a guarantee that you're going to enjoy the process because you've got some time to test it out, right? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'd say the marketing and networking piece is super huge for VTubing since it feels a bit more like theater to me than some other streaming. That's very true, but I think, to be fair, I think it can be as much of a theater as you want it to be or not be, you know? Like there are definitely big, like, you know, face cam streamers, for example, that do a lot of theater. I guess the obvious one being like Kai Cenat. Like some of his streams feel super, super theater, right? At least from the clips that I've seen. I'm not like a regular I'm not really a regular viewer of many people at the minute because I'm in thesis edits hell. But from the clips that I've seen, it seems like a lot of his streams are kind of like theatrics too. I think it's with VTubing, it might be more the consistent branding because you're branding it around a character rather than around a person, if that makes sense. And to try and get everything to tie in all together and be cohesive, that's quite difficult if you don't have the basic skills in terms of like being able to see where designs match up. Like, for example, like does all of the color scheme match up and stuff like that? I'm not sure. Yeah, but I do think it's as much theater or real as you make it, if that makes sense. Because yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm pretty real. I'm not very good at pretending, to be honest. I'm not very good at pretending. Oh dear. Yeah. Discoverability on Twitch isn't great. The raids help, but it's probably quite needed to market yourself on other platforms too. That's very true. That's very true. Yeah. Like if you Yeah. So, I mean, I've heard of a few different ways that people can kind of like grow, and partially it is rage, sure, but even then, like, I think if in terms of raids, from what I've seen, it seems to be more like not successful. That's the wrong word, but you know that's what people look at. What's that law where like when something's a metric or something's a measure, it becomes a target? That's basically what happens with CCV. um, like that's what happens with viewership numbers. Is it's gone from a metric to a target. But yeah. Where was I going with that? I had a thought and now it's gone. Yeah, from what I've seen, it seems to be more helpful when raids go into your stream rather than like reciprocally, if that makes sense. At least from what I've seen. Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just thinking out loud. I find it really interesting from obviously from a psychological point of view, but also from a data analytics point of view. Like, I would absolutely love to see how numbers match up, but then also how people think about the numbers changes the way that they orientate themselves in relation to the stream, if that makes sense. You know? So like, for example, when people are doing a partner push, that's very clearly like setting a metric is now a target, right? But like, I wonder if there's kind of stages at which the metrics shift into targets. Because for me, when I look at the concurrent viewership number, I don't really use that as an indicator of like, oh, this stream is good and therefore I should do more of that. Like, obviously there's a little bit of it, because if there's more people engaged, then it's probably a stream that they're enjoying more, you know? But on, like, for me, it's more, I kind of see it like citations in science. Like, I don't aim to have more citations, but it is also kind of roughly a measure of how useful it is, but then also it's affected by other stuff, like whether people even find the paper in the first place, for instance. And like with viewership, it's partially like, have people even found the stream? Is there other stuff happening, like big events at the same time, or other people who I share audience with also streaming at the same time, you know, stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know. I find this interesting. I want to think about this more and like map it out properly and then work out a way to research how people think about the metrics. Because this is really interesting to me. I love thinking about how people think about numbers. It's so interesting. Sorry, I'm rambling today. Goodness gracious, I apologize so much. Also, hi Hogan, how are you doing? How are you doing? I hope you're good. I'm not very good, said someone that's rated in the top 1.08% of Twitch streamers. Yeah, I am aware. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a bit weird. Because I took a massive break and like to like finish up my thesis, and like before the break versus after the break, there was just a sudden change, and I don't know what happened over those few months while I was gone. I don't know if it was because I was putting out more YouTube content and people were finding me in the algorithm that way, and then people were funneling into the streams as well. I'm not sure what was happening there. But yeah, I came back, and then the viewership numbers have generally been higher since then, which is quite interesting. Yeah. Hi, Battenbug. How you doing? I'm the podcast while I play VR now. Very nice. You've come to the right place. I can certainly talk about random things. I hope you are, and I hope you're enjoying your VR. The different stages may have different metrics in focus. That sounds likely. Yeah, right? Okay, because like, so I'm thinking like Twitch kind of forces goals upon you in a way, right? Because like obviously there's like the affiliate goal and then there's the partner goal. And then after that there's like partner plus. And like with affiliate, I think from what I've seen, sometimes people do focus on the CCV, but it seems like a lot of the time actually it's just like they've already got the right CCV and they're trying to just get enough stream hours in. At least that's how I've seen it play out amongst people that I know. Because like at that point, like if you've just started, or if you're like, you know, you've just been streaming to friends and then things start to pick up, that's kind of like, that's a very different place to be in versus when you're then aiming for partner and there's a set CCV that you need to aim for, which I think is like 75 or something, if I remember correctly, or 80, something around that. But like getting the progression up to that, like that's a big gap. Like that's a very big gap. It takes a long time to build up that many people unless you get something like a massive raid, or like you suddenly get put on the front page for no reason or something like that. I don't know. It's very interesting. Interesting stuff. It's weird for me too, as far as trying to be popular on the internet goes. I've been doing everything wrong and I'm still at 1.09. Right? Right? I feel exactly the same. Like, okay, everything that I've read about the VTuber meta does not match up with what I do on my streams, okay? Like, I read that what you're meant to do is that you're meant to have like a fancy, like, loads of details live 2D model. And then there's me with my custom handmade Vroid that I paid a grand total of nothing for. It took me so long to even bother to make it as well. I think it took me like 6 months to finally build up the courage to try and make it. And then like yeah, I don't know, like playing games consistently, I barely even play them. Sometimes I just randomly swap between categories depending on how I feel. Like, apparently everything I do is wrong. I've been told this explicitly. Like, but I just want to do it how I want to do it because it's fun, you know? It's fun. Hi, Bushy. How are you doing? Can't stay for too long because I have exams in the next few days. Ooh, good luck. Good luck. I wanted to say I finally had to read a UK case for international law. Have you heard of the Basfar versus Wong case? I have not heard of that case. Tell me about that case. I have not heard of many cases actually. I think there's a few. If there's a few that I would recognize, but I haven't heard of many. Playing Blade and Sorcery, nice. I don't know what that is. I've spent the last 5 years in a cave, and I don't know what most games are. But I hope you're enjoying it. Feel free to tell me about it if you want to. I think I found you through front page. Yeah, you might have found me through recommendations. I've never been on the front page, but you might have found me through recommendations. I think I've had a few people saying that they're starting to see me on recommendations, which is very interesting. And like I can see where people are coming from in terms of the recommendations as well, and that's also quite interesting and funny. Because some of them I'm like, yeah, I can see that, and other ones I'm like, huh? Yeah.
Just Jane gifted a tier 1 sub to net.
Hello, Just Jane. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. What the heck? What the heck? Thank you. Oh, and thank you for the 100 bits.
Jane gifted a tier 1 sub to Matcat79.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're both so generous. What the heck? Thank you. So many new lab contracts. So exciting. The lab is growing. The lab is growing. At this rate, we might even end up with like an entire like cohort, you know. We might have a whole lab cohort.
Gifted a tier 1 sub to
How exciting. We might even get some funding. Do you think I can put that in my like funding letters, like applying for funding? Oh, hello. Can I have a grant because I've got Twitch subs? Thank you for the 100 bits, Royal Die, also, and thank you for resubscribing with Prime Bobo. Funding, let's go. Yes, funding. Funding. I just like the concept of gifted subs conscripting lab assistants. You know what? It is quite fun. This is the scam, right? This is the scam. This is how academia legit works. Like, you go out there, and then like they're like, oh yeah, we've got this lab assistant contract, and you're like, nice, can I do it please? I need experience. And then they're like, yeah, but you're doing it for free though. Also, you got to pay your own living expenses. So you're basically just paying to do this lab experience. Like, that's legit how it works. It's terrible. It was entirely inspired by actual academia. Terrible. Shocking, honestly. I feel like the music doesn't match my vibe today. What music can I put on that's a bit more fun? Okay, I literally had every kind of scuff today. Every single kind of scuff. Because I opened up my background music playlist and it's all gone. Like, it looks like Lo-Fi Girl has legit just wiped everything. So I don't know what to do anymore. So I just put on some Animal Crossing music, but I don't think that really matches how I feel today. I don't know what would match how I feel today. I can't put on anything with words because then I won't be able to talk anymore because I'll just hear the words. I'm confused. Does anyone have any suggestions? The Wii music. Actually good shout, actually. Okay. Wii music. Wii Shop music. I want the Wii Shop music. Is that the one that's like the Ah, it's that one. What's the one that's like Is that the me music? Perfect. Okay. Okay. This is how I feel today. Husmod will confirm, sometimes I just walk around singing this because it's stuck in my head permanently. It's so bad. This is like my echolalia tick. I can't stop it. It just comes out. Actually, no, there's a non-zero chance that I'll start singing along with it. Let's put the shop music back on because I don't sing along to that one. Okay. Oh no. This is terrible. This is terrible. What is going on? Oh no, I'm so confused. Honestly, the thing that most impacts whether I watch a stream is what time I go to sleep yesterday. That's so, I relate to that actually. For me, it's like whether they're streaming while I'm working and then like how intense my work is. Because like if it's in the evening, I'm probably not watching it, to be honest. Because like once I've stopped work, my brain just shuts down and I can't focus. It's not that I can't focus, it's just that like I get bored, you know? Like sometimes I just want to go and lie down and stare at the ceiling. Other times I want to like actually do something engaging. But also I have lots of adult responsibilities. So boring, so sad. So yeah. Basically for me, it's whether it's during the day. Found you because I'm into everything psychom on all the social media platforms. So I found you through another psychomer. Yeah, you probably did. You probably did. You might have found me through Tofu. I think I did an interview with, I did an interview with Tiny Toxic Tofu. Maybe that, or maybe through one of the Discord servers. I'm in a few Psycom Discord servers too. Who knows? I'm all over the place. Even I don't know where I am half the time. I actually find your stream aesthetic preferable to more typical VTuber style. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me though, actually. I kind of get that because like a lot of VTubers, I kind of look at them and I'm like, there is something about this that isn't for me. And normally it's like, how can I put this politely? Booba? There's too much booba, you know? And like, I'm not really interested in watching something like that, you know? Not very interested. I'm more interested in like just wholesome people being wholesome and interesting and fun to listen to. And yeah. Yeah. You're a science VTuber, so your stuff doesn't really fit into a gaming tuber. That's very true, actually. That's very true. Can I introduce you to this new thing called Minecraft? I have actually played Minecraft. I'll have you know, Bobo. I'll have you know that. Because I think Minecraft came out before... Wait, am I about to date myself? Wait, when did Minecraft come out? I think Minecraft might have come out before I was in university. Wait. Yeah, Minecraft came out before I was in uni, so I did actually play it because it was before I was in uni. And also one of my siblings was obsessed with it, so I was forced to, yeah. Also, hi Zoki, how you doing? I hope you're good. I hope you're good. It was a 2020 case where a domestic housekeeper of a Saudi diplomat pressed charges against the diplomat for essentially modern slavery, i.e. working for no wages and emotional abuse. Ooh, yikes. Even though the defendant had raised diplomatic immunity, the court ruled that it was under one of the exemptions in which the defendant was using the plaintiff for personal and economic gain. Okay, so it basically set the precedent for charging people for modern slavery when they, even though they're a diplomat. That's very interesting and cool. And how does that work on the international stage, actually? That's quite interesting. I do wonder. Ooh. Ooh. My brain is ticking. Yes. I hope the person is okay also. That's also quite important. I hope the person is okay, but also very interesting legal case. Gonna be lurking while I work. Loving the channel so far. Excited to join the live. Thank you, Royal Die. Thank you. I hope you enjoy your lurk. If whatever you're doing, I hope it goes well. I hope you do good stuff. Yes. And also, hi, Mad Cat Scotty. Welcome in. Welcome in. I hope you're good. I think I found you from your Reddit posts, and then you streamed during my lab hours. Yeah, you know what? It might have been. I think one of my bigger Reddit posts was the Sufferathon actually, and I have a feeling I vaguely remember you joining around Sufferathon time. So it could well have been the Sufferathon that brought you in. I think there was a few people that came in because of the Sufferathon actually. I think, if I remember correctly, I think it might have been slightly before, but I think it was around that time that Lankuri and Orishiro and Nightmind all started joining the streams as well. So yeah, if you attended the Sufferathon or earlier streams, you can consider yourself an OG. M0 is the original OG, and so is Meta Knight 1919. Both of them have been here literally since the first stream, so shout out to them. And also Husmod, obviously. That's right, I remember things. I'm like a Wikipedia of random useless VTuber information, thankfully also including my own. I do remember my own stuff too, mostly. But yeah. Started following the FIFA members after Syzygy joined? Yes! Yes! Syzygy's so fun. I love Z streams so much. She's actually just fun all round. She's a very fun person in general. 10 out of 10. Excellent addition. So is Mylin. All of them are excellent. I'm the Cheeseman and I'm back. Welcome back, Panoramic Cheese. Cheese. I'm gonna do it every time you join. I'm gonna do it. Also, I just realized I'm like 3 minutes behind the chat again. I'm so sorry. I wonder how this works with international law. Made me scarf down salsa verde chip I was eating and getting ready to throw cases your way. Oh no, what have I done? No, because it's legit interesting though. Especially, like, it gets so complicated with international law, right? It gets so complicated. So it's very, very interesting how things apply across the board. Professional yapper, I know, right? Terrible. Can't even keep up with chat. 0 out of 10. Go back to sciencing. You're better at it. I don't have a single first author paper. Oh, that just reminded me. I got invited to contribute to a journal. I'm very excited. I haven't decided if I'm going to yet though. Because I kind of get them I want to say maybe like once every like 2 or 3 months, I'll get one in my inbox being like, hello, Dr. Psydere. And I'll be like, I'm not a doctor yet, but thank you. And then they'll be like, do you want to contribute to our journal? We're doing a special issue vaguely in your research area. And I'll be like, perhaps. And then I never do. Yeah. Congrats on the journal invite. Thank you. I think it was just a generic one though. Because it was literally like, dear Dr. insert non-magical girl name. So I have a feeling that it might have been like a sending out to an entire mailing list type of situation. But it's cool that I'm on the mailing list, you know? That's cool. That means that they're aware of me and that I exist. They never invite when you're writing. I know, right? I know. It's so painful. I think I've had genuinely like 6 special issue invites over the last year, which was like I could have contributed to, but I just didn't in the end because I was not ready to, because I'm not generally just not ready to be honest. In general, I'm not ready. I'll probably never be ready, let's be honest. I'll never be ready. Yeah. I'm gonna do it though. I might do it actually. I am considering it. Maybe. We'll see. I'm known as one of the science guys at school, so I think I'm allowed here. Absolutely. We love all kinds of science, and we love all kinds of levels of science. Yes. We like Gen 1.5 in this stream. We very much do. I saw a grad student suffering and my PI senses tingled. Really proud of the Discord peeps and your accomplishments. Yes. You protect. Thank you for protecting us. Yes, we appreciate it. We do appreciate it. Yeah. Because I do, I'm not gonna lie. Like I had to learn how to say no to things. Cause like before, like I wanna say maybe like up to like not even two, but up to like a year ago, even maybe a year and a half ago, I was just constantly being like, a thing, I'm gonna do it. I'm a thing. I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna do the thing. Like a dog, you know? I was very excited all the time. And then my advisor had to just sit me down and be like, Psydere, you're doing too much. I don't know why I'm giving them that voice. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. Please stop. You're hurting me like vicariously. Vicariously. I got distracted because the music suddenly changed. Yeah. And then I was like, you're right, I am doing too much. That's terrible. And then I stopped doing so much and started saying no to things. So, yeah. Yeah. Considering how half of VTheorem streams on YouTube, do you know what makes streamers choose one or the other? Why did you choose Twitch? I'm not gonna lie. I think I have a feeling that some of it might just be what you personally watch before you start streaming. Because, like, for me personally, yeah, I just used to watch streams on Twitch. I just never watched them on YouTube. I've never liked the interface on YouTube for streams. I love it for VODs. I love it for videos. I love catching up on live streams that have been on YouTube, but I hate watching stuff live on YouTube. I don't know why. It's just something about the format of the page just really bothers me. I think because, like, there are so many other things recommended down the side. That's like when I'm watching a stream, like, and even if you go like, you know, on the theater mode or whatever, it's still there. You can still see it. Like, it's still a big chunk of the page, and it just irritates me because, like, I don't want to see loads of other streams if I'm watching a stream or like other videos or whatever, because that's just distracting and annoying. Okay. So that was the main reason I chose Twitch. It was just personal preference, and it's what I've always used myself for watching them. Like, cause like before I started streaming, I think I'd been watching things on and off on Twitch for like, I don't know, like many years. many years. I've kind of gone through phases, but like it was always on Twitch. YouTube, no, not a fan. I'd always just catch up with things. So yeah. Feel the same with the difference between YouTube and Twitch. Live streaming is better here and VODs are better there. Yeah, VODs are awful on Twitch, I'm not gonna lie. But then they've just announced that they're getting rid of VOD storage. Not like entirely, but like they're getting rid of like, they're like capping it on a certain number of hours now. So it's kind of pointless anyway now. Yeah. But yeah, it's not really a good experience. I must say, in general, it's not a good experience. And yeah, I just prefer Twitch. I just prefer it. I wish Twitch had a better player. YouTube's lets me go back 5 seconds in a live stream. Yeah, that is the only thing that I wish Twitch would do. That being said, like I can sacrifice the occasional bit of FOMO if it means that the stream is not like permanently 30 seconds behind, because that's what I've also seen with every single YouTube stream that I've ever watched, is that it's always at least 30 seconds in terms of lag. Like, so someone in chat will say something and then the streamer will not react to it for at least 30 seconds because they don't see it until then. Or like they did see it and they've reacted to it when they saw it straight away, but it's just YouTube is taking so long to stream it. So yeah, that annoys me. Personally. Like, if it's a live stream, I want it to actually be live. Not like with a massive lag. I know sometimes lag happens on Twitch as well, but in my experience, it's normally not as bad. So yeah, I don't know. But like, I don't know, there's been some really interesting like discourse around what the preferable options are recently. I've been like really, okay, I find stuff like the meta around streaming so interesting to just like listen to people's experiences and try to piece together data and stuff. Super interesting and fun to do. But like there was Charlie, like Moist Critical, and then there was also Ludwig. I think they've both made videos in the last, I don't know, like few months. Time has no conception to me anymore. Just talking about like what's preferable for each. And I think they've kind of both came to the conclusion that Twitch is better for streaming, but YouTube is better for videos. Because I think, if I remember correctly, Ludwig said that he had like a massive drop off in terms of his, like, if you're thinking in terms of a business, okay, obviously they're both talking in terms of business. Ludwig had like a massive drop off in terms of his revenue when he moved to YouTube, but he thinks that was because there was no backlog. Because once he built up a year of backlog, it like recovered, if that makes sense. YouTube is also definitely better in terms of discoverability. I get recommended live streams with like 2 viewers literally all the time on YouTube, but I think it's starting to realize that I don't really watch them. So yeah, then I started getting them a bit less recently, but yeah. Twitch also has a lot more integrations. Yeah, right? Like, I think it makes it more fun and interesting and dynamic experience, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, even things like the channel points, right? Like, it's just small little things like that that make you feel like it's actually a bit more of a community. Like, I don't know, like, to me personally, live streams on YouTube, I mean, I'm also thinking in terms of like culture as well, right? So this might also be a cultural thing. And I do think that there are streamers on YouTube that do a really, really good job of like fostering an interactive dynamic. But like, when I think of like bigger VTubers on YouTube who stream on YouTube, to me it feels more like a performance, like they are performing to us, whereas streamers on Twitch to me normally feel more like they are interacting with us. Again, that might also just be a cultural difference. Yeah. Yeah, the culture is massively different. It's massively different. Like, I feel out of place on YouTube as well. Like, in YouTube chats, I feel like I'm being, like, inappropriate or something. I don't know. I feel weird. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm also I'm mostly a lurker on Twitch as well, because I also still feel, like, weird. I get more social anxiety being in someone else's chat than I do being on my own stream. I can't explain it. I don't know. It's weird. I get like really bad social anxiety around like messages and stuff. I can't explain it. Weird thing. So I normally just lurk, but like, I'm not joking. There are streamers who I have like 50k like or more channel points on. I've never said anything in their chat. Never said anything. So yeah. I'm a lurker because I type too slow. That's a mood too also. I feel like I am also very slow at typing. Like, they will say something and then I'll make so many spelling mistakes while I'm typing quickly that I'll have to go back and change it, and then by the time I've done that, it's been like 20 to 30 seconds and the whole conversation's moved on. So I'm like, oh no, I can't send this now. This is too late now. I feel awkward. Unless I know for a fact that the streamer like can loop back round with no problem. Like, because there are some streamers that are really, really good at like looping back to things that have previously been said. Yeah, because sometimes like if what you say is a bit delayed, like it's just kind of like, oh, the topic's gone and I've completely forgotten. But but other people can remember. They can hold it in their working memory, you know? Yeah. Okay, I'm full on salsa verde and have to get back to studying. Oh, I love salsa. I had salsa verde today as well, Bushy. I had it as well today. Mine wasn't homemade though, so it was not as good, I'm sure. I hope everyone has a wonderful day and I hope the stream is awesome. Psydere, you may be cursed knowing that every time that you say a law or case is interesting, I almost drop everything and get the cases ready. May you live with this knowledge that I literally get excited to throw cases at you. You know what? You can feel excited. I appreciate that. We all appreciate that here. We appreciate it. Husmod, why did you crack at me? Why did you crack at me? Do you mind, Husmod? No reason? Okay, valid. Just promoting chaos as usual. That's our beloved something stochastic. Yes. Thank you for the lab safety register check-in, Shinsta. I hope you're good. And also, hi, random moose brains. Brains? I'm interested. Good name. Welcome in. I hope you're good. Forgot to follow last time. You know what? That's such a mood. You know how often I find like a good streamer and I'm like, I'm in. Not saying that I'm good, you know, I'm okay. But like other people, I'm like, I love this stream. This is great. And then I forgot to follow and then we raid out and then I forget to follow from that. And then I'm like, where am I? I don't know where I am anymore. Oh dear. Random, moose, or in the rare case, brains is fine. Okay. Random, noted. And hi, Minkak, how you doing? I hope you're good. How you doing today? Oh, so nice. Hello, everybody. Random access chat, legit. Like, genuinely, you need to be able to store what you were talking about in your memory and also talk about something else and then loop back to it. So, yeah. Definitely more of a lurker than a chatter. I just like to listen in general. Yeah, me too, honestly. Like, and also, like, I feel really weird, like, jumping into a conversation that's already happening sometimes. Well, actually, no, okay. Jumping into a conversation, sometimes I feel fine, actually, saying that. So, like, if they're talking about something that I feel like I can contribute to in some way, I do say something. But, like, most of the time, I will just turn up. I will not say hi. I will just appear, and I will just lurk. And then at some point, I will just say something. I do this to my friends mostly, actually. And then they'll just be like, oh, hello, what are you doing here? Hello. And then I'll be like, I've been here for 2 hours. Hi. It's cold. I need a slushie to fight off these chills. Is that how it works? Is that like how you have like hot drinks when it's hot to cause you to sweat more? Is this how it works? Interesting. I hope you're all good. I am good, thank you. I am good. I've had a lot of caffeine and I'm waiting for the crash to hit, and it hasn't happened yet, so that's making me nervous because I did actually have my last coffee at like 3 p.m. and that's pretty late for me. Normally I don't have them after midday because otherwise I can't sleep, and I'm still feeling really awake, so I'm slightly concerned that I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. I can never pick up on if the conversation in a stream is changing. Oh my gosh, I'm the same. Like, I will think that we're still talking about a thing, and then I'm like, what are we suddenly, what? We're talking about something else now? I'm so confused. Did you recently add 7TV emotes here, or have I just not noticed it until now? I think they've always been there, actually, but I don't know. I have a feeling they might have always been there, but people just don't use them. Yeah. I don't know. I don't actually have the extension, so I can never see them unless it's like on the chat thing. Yeah. if someone doesn't have them on their stream, I just can't see them because I don't like installing things that I don't know what they are. It makes me nervous. Yeah. It's a Canadian thing. So it's a Canadian thing to have a slushie to fight off how cold it is. Interesting. I can't say that I've ever experienced that myself. But then to be fair, actually no. Wait, hang on. I've been to Tim Hortons before and they did sell slushies. So, wait, maybe. Oh, okay. I've never added those two things together before. I thought they just sold them randomly, but okay. I have a bit of autism. Same, actually. No, I do have a bit of autism. I have a lot of autism. I'm still thinking about that meme that was going around the other day that was like, why did I get the VTuber autism instead of the science autism? Because I was thinking, like, there are so many ways that special interests can express themselves, right? And I feel like I've got most of them. It's so bad. Oh no. Terrible stuff. Oh dear. Tim Slushy sounds like a kind of bullying. I must say I wasn't a fan of Tim Hortons, actually. I wasn't a fan. Because a lot of the stuff I just couldn't eat because I've got a food allergy. So I just kind of sat there. I had like a soy milk coffee or something. And I just kind of sat there whilst everyone else was eating their Timbits, feeling jealous and angry. You said you might be autistic, eh? Look. I know there is that old saying of like birds of a feather flock together. That's all I'm saying. That's fair. You saved yourself from the worst indigestion. Oh dear. Oh dear. Worse, I think I have bad money sense autism. Oh no. At least I also have the well-paid autism. Okay. Okay. Look, that kind of like cancels itself out though, right? That cancels itself out. I've got the hoardy type of autism. So like I've got the collection autism, okay? I've had to train myself out of it. I've had to train myself out of it. the what kind of hoardy? Yeah, like a hoarder, like just hoarding things. Let me tell you, the other day I had to get rid of my collection of boxes, okay? Because like when we get a delivery, I like to keep the boxes. It was awfully close to the bad one. No, it wasn't. It was nowhere near it. Hoarding. Hoarder. I don't know what you're talking about. I couldn't possibly know what you're talking about. Darn my accent. No. No, seriously. Okay, I got the hoarding type, right? Where like if I see things that are useful, I want to keep them. Okay. So if I see useful things, I want to keep them. And like every time that I get a delivery, I'm like, I want to keep the box because it might be useful one day. And it ended up that we literally had like 20, 25 boxes in the cupboard. And husbando was like, Psydere, this is getting out of hand. You need to get rid of these boxes. And I was like, but I don't want to. I want to keep them. And he was like, no, we're getting rid of the boxes. And I was like, okay. But I also got the type of autism that's very satisfied by recycling. So, you know, it kind of like weighed itself out in the end. Yeah. Yeah. Oh dear. This random paperclip might be useful one day, right? Right? I think I still have like an unopened packet of disposable chopsticks that I picked up at a restaurant probably 2 years ago, somewhere in the cupboard, because I'm like, what if I one day want to use them? What if my chopsticks are dirty and I can't wash them because the water has gone out and therefore I need the disposable chopsticks, you know? That's my thinking. Sometimes the things are useful, right? But then if I let myself go down the rabbit hole of sometimes the things are useful, then I don't end up throwing anything away. So I need to tell myself sometimes I can just replace this thing if I need to, you know? I have a huge cardboard box of unorganized cables, since some of them are very old. Yeah, we've got that too. We might have multiple because again, I don't like getting rid of things. It makes me nervous to get rid of things. If like, okay, what if I got rid of all of my like old like what's that really old USB-A? Is that the really old one? What if I got rid of all of my old USB-A cables and then it turns out that I have one thing that needs to use it, and then I can't use any of my 5 USB-A cables because I've got rid of all of them, you know? That annoys me. Well seasoned and rational. Definitely not hoarding. It is a bit of hoarding. Yeah. I get weird about collecting things. Speaking of collecting, do you know what I collected? Last year when I went to Vexpo in Birmingham, UK, I collected all of the possible stamps and stickers that I could possibly get in my convention passport. And you know what I'm going to be doing again this year? In September, we're going to Birmingham again. It's official. We're going to Birmingham. We're going to Vexpo again. So that's exciting. Completely unrelated to any kind of other announcement that might have been happening. Yeah, come say hi to us. If you're going to be at Vexpo, if anyone's going to be at Vexpo, we're going to be there. I promise I'm sociable sometimes. We might even be able to make eye contact for a whole 2 seconds if you're lucky. So yeah, otherwise expect me to be staring at the floor or at the ceiling or at the wall for a non-zero amount of time because I don't like making eye contact. It makes me nervous. Does anyone else get that? Does anyone else feel really nervous when they have to make eye contact? I can't do it. Okay. It's just too much. No, not a fan. 0 out of 10. yeah, we're going to Expo. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. I need 50 packets of ketchup from McDonald's in case I forget to buy the bottle. Exactly. And like every time I stay in a hotel, I steal all of the sugar, all of the tea bags every time. If there's like toiletries, I apologize to the hotel because I'm going to pretend every other night that I've run out of toiletries and then ask for more and then take them all home. Because you never know when you might need a tiny toiletry. You know? Just saying. It's mousepad from my dad's work that's only 2,000 people have. It's a pretty cool thing to have. That is legitimately cool though, actually. That's limited edition. That's worth it. Never pick up terrain crafting then. Random bits and bobs you pick up because, hey, I can make something out of it is way high. I scrapbook, Bobo. I have an entire... I don't even know how to describe it. Like an entire... A big chunk of my storage is dedicated to crafting materials that I get out maybe once every 6 months because that's when I've got enough diversity to actually do scrapbooking. Yeah. I've gotten into putting together Lego sets and I can't force myself to throw away the boxes. Okay, same. I hate throwing away like boxes for anything that's like a set or like a collectible or anything like that. Can't do it. No. I keep all of the boxes for all of my anime figures. And like some of my anime figures were like secondhand pre-owned and they came without boxes and that really upsets me because I'm like, what am I going to do? If I ever have to move, like what box do I put them in? There isn't a box with the anime girl's face on, so I don't know what to do with that. I'm saving eye contact for marriage. I'm not going to lie. Even Husmod doesn't get eye contact. Like, I think we actually make eye contact like once a week. Because I can't do it. Oh no. That's so bad. I'm trying not to laugh. Yeah, because it's true. The only time that we make eye contact is when one of us needs something. Oh no. If I'm told to shut up even though I was just about to finish speaking, I continue talking out of spite. I do the same thing, but it's not out of spite. If I'm told to stop talking, and I have to finish, because if I don't finish, then I can't think about anything else. My brain gets stuck. Like I don't know how to describe it. You know, like when like code just like it ends up in an infinite loop. That my brain does that if I'm not allowed to finish what I'm saying. It's very, very stressful. I'm not allowed to have any other thoughts after I've started thinking one thing, apparently. Eye contact leads to pregger. Well, we do make occasional eye contact, and that hasn't happened, so, you know, maybe it's fine, actually. Maybe that's a lie. But, I don't know. There's too much... It's stressful. I can't even put into words why it's stressful. That's the worst part. It's just stressful. Like, it's not even like an anxiety thing. I don't feel anxiety. I don't feel anxiety when I'm looking someone in the eye. I just feel like there is too much. It's just too much. You know? I have the same kind of autism. Must finish the thought. Okay, I'm glad it's not just me. You've loaded the monologue in the chamber. It needs to be shot. Genuinely, that's how it feels. Like sometimes I can't even stop it. Like I will actively, like I will be told to stop talking and I will try. And it just won't stop. It just won't stop. Hi, Katsuko. How you doing? I hope you're good. But like for real, I've genuinely been like told off in professional situations before when like I'm like I have a follow-up question in a seminar or something and it just comes out like because for me there's a pattern that needs to happen. I've asked my first question and now I've got a follow-up question and the follow-up question needs to happen because I've already that's the course my brain is on and I cannot change it and I don't know what to do. And then someone else starts asking their question and then I just say the question anyway because I can't stop it. Like, I don't know. I wish I could stop it, but I can't. Pain. Pain. Eye contact makes you uncomfortable. Yeah, right? It's like a physical sensation. That's the best way to describe it, is like, yeah, like uncomfortable physical sensation. Like for me, it's kind of like, I don't know. There's not really anything comparable. Like I said, it doesn't make me anxious. It's like when, no, I've got nothing. I've got nothing. You're out of thinking storage and you can buy more slots with rebirths. That would actually be an interesting isekai concept. Perhaps. Actually. Maybe. There you go. There's a free anime idea. Or manga idea. Someone can take that. It's like eye contact is a radio station, and instead of one station, it's like a dozen all at once. Yeah, it's like there's lots of things overlapping. It's just too much information. Like, I don't know. If you've ever been like in a place with like where it's loud and there's also bright lights, and like you start to just like tunnel vision. I don't know if anyone else has ever had that, but like it's like that when I make eye contact. Like I just tunnel vision. I can't, like, I just feel like, I don't know. There's too much happening and I don't like it. Yeah. I just don't like eye contact. It just isn't my idol animation. Yeah, exactly. I've learned to like look at people's general direction. So like, this was actually flagged up when I had my autism assessment. The psychologist actually noticed this, which is quite impressive actually. This is why I didn't become a clinical psychologist, because I would not have noticed this because I wouldn't have been looking at the person. But he was like, "You are not making eye contact with me. You haven't made eye contact with me for the entire 2-hour session." And I was like, haha, funny, haha. And then he was like, "No, for real. I can see what you're doing. You're like looking at my nose or looking at my ear or looking at my forehead to make me think that you're making eye contact with me, but you're not making eye contact with me. I see what you're doing." And I was like, that's actually impressive that you've spotted that. Because I do that. I do that. The overload and shutdown, yeah, not fun. 0 out of 10, do not recommend. Makes me feel like I'm in trouble. Yeah, it's kind of like that actually. It's kind of like a fight or flight response. Like a fight, flight, or freeze response. For me, it's the freeze, right? But it's not like, I don't feel anxiety. I just feel like it's like something has just locked in and I've stopped. It's really weird. Really weird. Can't do it. Yeah. It's like having to be in an uncomfortable position. Kind of, yeah. But it's like, it's more than that, because it's like, it kind of, like, if I'm making eye contact with someone, the reason why I don't do it is because if I'm making eye contact with someone, I can't hear what they're saying. Don't know why. It just becomes noises that I can't interpret anymore. Yeah. When someone's making too much eye contact with me, it feels like a stranger is just staring at me in a public place. It's just weird and uncomfortable. Yeah. Kind of, yeah. But like without the anxiety component. Exactly. Yeah. Now that I think about it, I don't think I actually make eye contact. Oh no. This is a stream of self-discovery. We're all going on an adventure of self-discovery together. We're going on an adventure of self-discovery. We're all realizing that none of us make eye contact. This is why I like being an anime girl on the internet, is because I don't have to make eye contact with anybody. The other problem for me, at least, is my size and muscle mass. If I lock in and look, I can come across as aggressive unintentionally, and it comes across different because of my frame. Yeah, okay, that's very, very true. I do not have that problem. I am small and frail looking, but like the other day, Husmod, like, I was just like, I can't remember what the context was, but I just looked at him. I actually made eye contact with him, and he was like, "Please stop, you're making me nervous." He said that I had like bug eyes or something. Like, I looked threatening because I was just staring like a bug. Like a frail Victorian child, exactly. Exactly. Like a frail Victorian child begging for some more porridge. Please, sir, may I have some more? Oh no. Genuinely, yeah, staring intense eyes. Oh no. I suffer. Maybe the social awkwardness is the friends we made along the way. I mean, we're all bonding in social awkwardness, right? We're all bonding. Never beating those Rin Penrose allegations. I swear, this Vexpo, I am actually going to do literally everything in my power. I'm going to use all of my remaining gacha luck to get that Rin Penrose meet and greet so that I can take a photo and I can be like, look, we are not the same person. In fact, I'll even do a small video. I'll do a small video where I ask Rin Penrose, please can you confirm that you are not me? Okay? I guess you can see you're all over twisted. So true. So true. And the same with the strategy of looking at ears and noses to give the appearance of eye contact. It's such a big brain move, right? Because like the nose is not overwhelming. I know what a nose looks like. But like eyes, you're like peering into my soul and I feel uncomfortable. We have none left. It's true, we've used all of our gacha luck just getting the tickets. No! No! We need to get it. We need to get it. It was so sad. Last year, I literally applied for one meet and greet, and it was the Rin Penrose one. And like, don't get me wrong, Rin is funny, right? Good VTuber, funny content. But like, I was literally just, I want this meet and greet to prove that we're not the same person. We need to prove that we are not the same person. And then I didn't get it. I was like, what is this? This is terrible gacha luck. So that didn't beat the allegations. And obviously, you know, Rin being announced for the first person at Vexpo after I'd already said I was going, and now officially confirming that I'm going. I know full well it looks mighty suspicious, but I'm telling you, we are not the same person. We might finally get the greatest battle of all time in the Birmingham National Exhibition Centre parking lot. There we go. It might finally happen. AI generated. I still want to know which one's AI generated though. Like, is it me or is it Rin? Who's the AI? Are we both AI? Maybe we're both AI trained off one person. Who knows? Who knows? And she just sells you out and is like, this is my hired impersonator to throw you off. Plot twist. It's me piloting the model. I am Rin Penrose. The video's not going to be AI generated. I actually wonder, do you reckon I wonder if there'd be a way that I could like AI generate the same thing twice and then just like maybe pitch shift one of them up a bit. Oh, actually, no, genuinely, I wonder if I recorded some lines and then pitch shifted them down a bit, would that then just be Rin Penrose? We don't know. We don't know. Thank you for the follow, Rusty Programming Socks. Excellent name, excellent name. If they're getting rusty, it's probably time to change them though, to be honest. Welcome into the lab. Welcome to the participant pool. I might research on you. I might research why your socks are rusty, actually. Who knows? We'll find out. Thank you for the follow. Unique usernames are hard. I feel that. I feel that. I spent so long trying to come up with Psydere. So long. And then it was like, it was fine on Twitch and it was fine on YouTube. And then I go on Twitter and like some random person is using it as their account. @Psydere is in use as some random person's like third vent account that they haven't used since 2021. I'm so angry. And also someone's had it on like Reddit and also on my anime list, but none of them are the same person. And that really, really bothers me. And none of the accounts have been used for at least like, yeah, at least 3 years. That makes me sad. So I had to like swap across various platforms. It's very annoying. I feel you. Complimenting yourself. I'm not Rin Penrose. Stop it. Can you sing in Japanese while doing a British accent? That sounds like it would be the worst thing ever, actually.
Firezone654 gifted a tier 1 sub to DYLY.
Thank you so much for the gifted sub, Firezone. What the heck? Thank you so much. Thank you. That's very kind of you. I appreciate it. And welcome to your research contract, Dilwick. Welcome. Yes, the lab is growing. Excellent. This is all going according to plan. If I try really hard, do you reckon I could sound like a Bond villain? Or am I too, am I too, am I not aggressive enough? So sad. So sad. Oh. If they're rusty, then they're good. That concerns me. That concerns me. I can, in theory, sing in Japanese with a British accent, but I think that would just end up sounding like, I think it would end up sounding like, you know, all of those people that, like, go... the stereotype of the British person, the British tourist that goes abroad, and then they're like, Konnichiwa, watashi wa Psydere. And I think that would be terrible. I'm not really interested in that. I think that would be awful. Let's not do that. Psydere is a great pick. Thank you. Thank you. It was meant to be a joke. But you know what? On my debut YouTube video, like I did a debut stream when I first started. Well, actually, it wasn't even my debut, really. It was just like a third stream or something. And then I just did it because everyone was like, why haven't you done a debut? And I was like, are you meant to do that? Whoops. So then I did one. But then, like, it wasn't really a debut because I didn't really hype it up or anything. And also, I was just using, like, a very, very basic free Vroid model that I had barely even edited, really. And then, yeah. So one of the first comments I got on it was like, excuse me, but the name Psydere doesn't actually make any sense. Under Japanese grammar, dere is a suffix that is meant to be used to describe a personality type, and combining Psy with dere doesn't make sense because Psy isn't a personality type. Oh, hello. Have we just had a dual raid? I think Fi might have just done a cross-platform dual, like a cross-platform raid. Hi Fi, how are you? How was your stream? And also, hello Sir Reckless, how are you doing? Welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Let me give a shout out. Wait, well, oh gosh, doing things. There we go. Shout out for Sir Reckless. There you go. Thank you. Wait, I don't follow you? My bad. I'm so sorry. There you go. I do now. Welcome in. How are you doing? How was your stream? What were you up to? And hi, Raiders. Hi, McWally. Welcome in. And hi, Raiders. I am Psydere. I am a research psychologist in real life. And then in the nighttime, I transform into being, well, sometimes during the day, actually, also. But I transform into being a magical girl. And then I fight the misinformation because that's my research. Haha, lol, XD. Yes, that's literally my lore. I have nothing else. But sometimes we do science on streams, so that's pretty fun. Or sometimes we just yap, like today. It was good, thank you. I'm glad. How are you doing? I'm glad. How are you doing generally? It was really good. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. I'm a weeaboo, genuinely. That's exactly what it was like. Thank you for the follow. Oh gosh. Jataro Kamori. I hope I've said that right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I've done the excessively British voice again. I'm so sorry. Literally just complaining about British people that can't say foreign words, and then I do the same thing. I'm so sorry. But welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Welcome into the research participation pool. I got to raid you. Thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Yeah. And I'm glad your stream is going well. Butchered the name so bad. What? What's going on? I'm so confused. Fi, I remember the first time that you came into my stream, I called you Phil because your username was Neutral Phil. That's what I remember. Yeah, the Neutral Phil. And I misread it as Phil. I don't know why. My brain defaulted to that. I was like, Fi, the Neutral Phil. Therefore, Phil. But I think other people have done that too. So that made me feel a little bit better. Yeah. But I still think about it. I still wake up in sweats at night thinking about it. All Twitch people call me Phil. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My username is completely unique apart from a professor, Katono, whose students keep emailing me their assignments. No! Oh no! That's really stressful. That's really stressful. If I started getting assignments, I would actually cry. How do they not have like a submission portal yet? Actually, no, that makes sense. Actually, that makes sense. I use different usernames everywhere. Maybe I'm part of the problem for others to find good names. I used to be the same, to be fair. I used to be the same, so I can't judge. I can't judge. Let's see where we at. I remember that comment. It was wild. Yeah, because the name Psydere is meant to be like a funny pun, right? Because like the Dere types are meant to be like personality typology, right? And there's one thing that I hate in this world more than anything else. It is the personality type. Well, no, it's not. I don't. There are more. There are other things that I hate more, but like one of the things that really irks me is the personality typologies, right? So like things like MBTI and that, yeah, they really, really upset me because statistically, like they're not good. They're not reliable. They're not as valid as they could be. Some of them are just straight up just not valid. Full stop. So yeah. Not a fan. So like the joke in my head was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make a new Dere type that is like psychology, and you just love psychology, and that means you love good science, and therefore like it's actually a useful it's actually a useful personality type. That was my thinking. It was such like a weird connection to make as a joke, but then people didn't get the joke, so it was kind of weird. But it's kind of catchy as a name, I think. It works. So yeah. Osmod's showing me a shark and I don't understand why. I'm so confused. We've got a lot of plushy sharks and he's showing me one of them and I'm very confused. I agree. No reason. What is up with you today? Why are you so sarcastic today? What's going on? You're living up to your name. What the heck? Also, hi Marlon, how you doing? I hope you're good. Neutral Phil is here to kill the germs and don't afraid of anything. Incredible. You heading out so reckless? No problem. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, time zone. Yes. I think I remember you said you were British, right? I hope you have a lovely rest of your evening. Yes. Thank you again. Hi, Seon. How you doing? I hope you're good. I pronounced my name wrong. Your pronunciation is right. Okay, I feel valid. Okay, good. My brain wanted so badly to say Jotaro because JoJo fan and my mouth refused to make words make sense. Oh no. That happens to me all the time, to be fair. The first time I see like a name, I just can't process it. And this happens in real life as well. I have to ask people to tell me their name at least like 4 times before I remember it. JoJo pose intensifies. So true. I may or may not have a JoJo pose wedding photo actually, to be honest. Perhaps. I've never even finished JoJo actually. I've never got past season 1. Anyway. Perhaps, yes. Perhaps. My Twitch is just my username. I use on everything. Yeah, see, I use Psydere for everything related to VTuber stuff now. Or like, it's either Psydere or Psydere VT, but sometimes people, you know, mix it up. It's annoying that it's not consistent. If I could have full control, I would just be Psydere on everything. Because I wish to ascend above just VTuber, you know? I'm a VTuber, but I'm also a science communicator. So I don't want to be labeled with the VT where I can avoid it, you know, because I want it. Obviously, I want VTuber fans to come in, you know? We love VTubers here. I love VTubers. I'm a big VTuber fan. But also, I want the science communication to be as accessible to everybody as possible, you know? Obviously, we're not science communicating today. We're just yapping, but you know. And when I actually do science, I want it to be accessible to everybody. And sometimes I worry that the VT could be like, I don't know, it could throw people off. Although I feel like probably the model in itself would probably throw more people off, but you know, it's whatever. So Psydere SC for science communicator. VT flows really nice though, that's the problem. So I did go with it in the end, but if I could choose it, I would drop it off of the handles that I do use it for, to be honest. Yeah. It's like the body morphic types, endomorph, ectomorph, etc. Absolutely nothing backing it up. I know, right? Things like that really annoy me. It's like things can just be a spectrum. Stop trying to put it into like classifications that don't exist. Ouch. If you heard that, that was my hip. Oh dear. Okay. That's not good. That's not good. Oh no. Oh dear. I need to know people for months before I remember the name. I've used this name for everything for like 15 years now. Oh. That's brave. I could I could not have done that. Because what was I even doing 15 years ago? I don't remember. How old was I 15 years ago? I might have still been in my Club Penguin phase. My Club Penguin phase extended far later than it had any right to do, by the way. How old was I 15 years ago? I'm actually trying to do maths. Yeah, no, I might have still been in my Pokemon and Club Penguin phase, which both extended for far longer than they probably should have. So I probably had some kind of Pokemon and or Club Penguin related name. Genuinely, I do not know. I do not remember. Psydere Phil. Oh yes. Yes. My favorite immune system cell, the Psydere Phil. Oh dear. Sometimes I feel like I should make some kind of like pun out of my name. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm very inclined towards cider. But I feel like that is not ideal for a 16+ stream, you know? There's also sigh, as in sigh. Which I definitely should have named the tired emote. I've made a mistake there. Okay. Oh dear. What's the best JoJo pose? I don't know. I just know the memes. All of them. They're all funny, to be honest. One day I will actually watch all of JoJo's. Like, it's on my bucket list. It's been on my bucket list for literally years. I just have not got around to it, you know? Psydere goes hard. We'll make a note of that one. We'll make a note of that one. There's so many things that can be inserted in that rhymes with Psy. I think there's a lot of promise here. There's a lot of promise here. Cider raid is a pun. That's very true, actually. That's very true. Oh, hello. Speaking of raids. Hi. It's the Caterpillars. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hi, Anto. How are you doing? I hope you're good. How was your stream? Were you doing your Pokemon tier list today? Was that today? Was the Pokemon tier list today? The Caterpillars have arrived. They have indeed. Let me give you a shout out. There you go. If you don't already follow Entomolomoth, what are you doing? They have such excellent entomology related content. If you like bugs, if you like cool bug facts, this is the #1 person that you should be following, actually. So if you like bug facts, go follow Ento. We were doing Pokemon today. Yes! Yeah, I saw it because I wanted to watch it, but then I also wanted to stream, and I was like, I can VOD. I normally VOD, I'm not gonna lie. Generally, I'm just a VOD watcher. Did someone say bug? We did indeed say bug. We're a big fan of the bug facts here. But yeah, welcome in. I hope your Pokemon stream is going well. And also, hi Raiders. If you don't know who I am Psydere. Hello. Hi. I'm a research psychologist, and I do science communication too also sometimes, about psychology and meta science, you know, the science of science and things like that. I should probably work on my elevator pitch. I don't know what I'm doing, but I am an in real life, actual real research psychologist / scientist. So that's cool. That's fun. Very good. Yes. I've had a lot of caffeine. I don't know what I'm doing. I've had a lot of caffeine. I keep peeking my microphone. I don't know what's going on. I'm so confused. There's background noises. I'm sorry for the background noises. Gonna post my tier list and my Pokemon pack pulls later. Very nice, very nice. I would love to see what you got, actually. I used to be very, very into Pokemon. You came in at an excellent time because I was literally just yapping about. First of all, I said about raids and then you raided in, which was quite funny. But also I was yapping about Pokemon because I used to be a massive Pokemon fan when I was younger. I'm like really, really out of the loop. I'm really out of the loop. But I remember things up to Generation 4, question mark, I think. Possibly, maybe, perhaps. Yes. One day, my plan is to play through the rest of the games that I've never played. Sorry, I keep breaking things. I think the caffeine crash is starting to hit now. I'm not gonna lie. It's all going wrong. And also, Battenbug, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. You're now a research participant. Does it count? Does it count as psychology if it's bug psychology, actually? I mean, it's animal behavior, so that's still technically... that's still technically psychology, I guess, because it's behavior. I'm not sure. Normally, animal behavior is classified as a separate field, and I don't really understand why. Yeah. Yeah. Psydere, actual, real, cool, yes. Making up for the lack of Psydere real from Lankuri today, I see. Yes. Overstimulation, be like, for real. Oh my gosh. Hi, Snowhive, how you doing? Welcome in. And put Snom in S tier. They need to be studied. Snom is very cute though, actually. Snom is very cute. If that's the spiky snow looking one, right? The little bug. Yeah. It is very cute. I don't know anything about the Pokemon though, to be honest. You know? Why are you putting that face? It's cute. What the heck? It's cute. Also, like the yellow jumping spider one. That one's also very cute. I like that one too. I'm trying to think. What else? I'm trying to think of the bug Pokemon off the top of my head, but I forget. Genuinely. Snom should be an S tier. We love a Snom. I assume I got the right one. Cutie Fly. Yes, I love Cutie Fly. Cutie Fly makes me so happy. 10 out of 10. I love Cutie Fly. And then also, what's that one? The bee one. Combi. That one's also very, very cute. I love Combi as well. Very cute. 10 out of 10. we love and support the cute bug Pokemon in this house. Yes. Hi, Catherine. How you doing? Because unlike humans, you can dissect their brains without too much fuss from the ethics committee sometimes. That's true, actually. It's quite sad. Gen 4 ended 15 years ago. Look, I did say that I was in my Pokemon phase still about 15 years ago. So that the timeline adds up. Yeah, the timeline adds up. I think that like I might have got Black and White also, but I don't think I finished them. Yeah. I didn't finish them. I wanted to, but then I think I started doing exams and stuff and I just couldn't play it. Yeah. Zookeepers are classified differently from parents. That's true, but what about parents in what sense? Okay. Zookeepers are classified differently from parents because parents provide round-the-clock 24/7 care, right? For a large chunk of their life, and then when they get a bit more independent, they provide guidance, okay? But like, zookeepers provide time-limited core needs like food and stuff, and also stimulation if it's a good zoo, and then broadly leave them alone aside from that, I think, as far as I'm aware. But given that they just have a set schedule for when they're there, are they more akin to teachers? This is a good question. Joltik, yes, that's the one, the yellow one. Yes. Gonna like doing physical therapy? Got you on the big screens I lift. I hope your physical therapy goes well, Bobo. Enjoy your luck in your physical therapy. I hope it goes well. Oh, like while I clean the mess I made. That's valid. Yes, absolutely. If you need to get up or like stretch or clean up or get away from the PC, completely just do it if you need to. Just do it. Yes. I have a friend from high school who does behavior of small flies. I guess behavior is a bit different from humans in that case. Yeah, I think that like flies, like fruit flies and stuff are used a lot for like just direct modeling experiments, right? So that makes sense. So yeah, I can see that making sense. I can see that making sense. Because the neural system at that point is so much different to a human one. I can see that being different. But I don't know, for like mammals, I'm not sure it makes sense. Not 100% convinced. Yeah. Yeah. We need better penguin Pokemon. Penguin is my favorite animal. You know, I feel my brain is processing, and the only penguin Pokemon that I can even think of is like the Piplup evolution line. So, yeah. Agree, probably. Iron Bundle is a fun penguin. Is that a Pokemon? Is this one of the new ones? I don't know what they are. Iron Bundle. Oh, it's just a Delibird. Is Delibird a penguin? I guess it's kind of a penguin. Yeah, I guess it kind of looks like a rockhopper penguin. A little bit. Not really though. Stretching the definition there, really, I think. Also, like, isn't it meant to be equivalent to Santa Claus? Because if so, then that doesn't make any sense, because penguins live in the southern hemisphere. They live in Antarctica and the Falkland Islands. And I think there's also some in like the most southern point of Australia, maybe, perhaps. And also possibly a few islands. Not 100%. So that wouldn't make sense because Santa's in the North Pole, so that doesn't make sense. That upsets me. Mecha Delibird. It is a Mecha Delibird. I think it's Santa first, penguin second. Yeah. But the fact that it's a penguin really annoys me, you know? And that annoys me. That annoys me. You're gonna go to sleep, Rex? No problem. Thank you for the lurk. Thank you for the lurk. Thank you for joining us. I hope you sleep good. I hope you sleep good. Actually, to be fair, it's late here and I do actually have work tomorrow, so I should probably also start thinking about, yeah. I wish I could have streamed for longer, but we had so much scuff, actually. We had so much scuff. For anyone that wasn't here in the beginning, it was like the worst scuff ever. My internet just decided it just was gonna just not. It was just gonna not. So I tried to start the stream 3 times and only one of them was successful. It was terrible. It was terrible. Really sad. Since I'm here, I really got to brag. I just got a Crossref. Has made changes to your Orchid record. He went, let's go! Let's go! We love that. We love that. Oh, I'm excited for you. Well done. Well done. Let's go. I long for that day. I haven't had it yet. But actually, no, I have. Sorry, I have. I have had publications, just not first author ones. Yeah. I long for the day that I get my first author one, actually. That's very exciting. Very, very exciting. Initially, it's just a 1 hour difference. Yeah, yeah. It's getting late here too. Yeah. Yeah. I made baked cheesecake and now I have a sugar rush. Very good. Thanks for the tip. Yes, let's go. I love baked cheesecake. I'm so jealous. I had a brownie today. That was exciting. I spent my whole day actually out of the house. I hope you're all proud of me. I woke up this morning and I had cereal. And then I was like, you know what? I need to go and be productive with caffeine in a different place. So I went away. I went to a cafe and then I sat there literally all day and I had 2 coffees. And I also had a bean stew. And then I also had a brownie. And I was very happy because it was all allergy safe and it made me very happy. Yes. And then I also had a burrito for dinner. Yes. A large quantity of beans, as always. Classic. I need to continue my thought from earlier about the Japanese singing. Have you heard Rin Penrose cover? She genuinely sings with a British accent in Japanese and it doesn't sound weird. I don't get how she does it. Okay, I have not heard any of Rin Penrose's Japanese covers. I only know the Pikmin song. Which probably says a lot, actually. Probably says something. Terrible. This one isn't first author either, but it's high impact. Let's go! Well done! I'm waiting on 2, actually. I've got a chapter. that's due to be coming out at some point, and I've also got like a paper that's due to be coming out. I don't know if either of them are high impact though. I have a feeling they're not, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. Exciting times. Yeah. Pikmin song is my favorite. I did actually cover it once. Once we did karaoke. Once we did karaoke. Never again. Never again. Never again. Yes again. No, never again. We're not doing that again. We're not doing no. No. We're not doing that again. No. Karaoke is Pog. It was not Pog. It was terrible. It was terrible. There was like a several minute delay. Not minute, sorry. There was like a several second delay between the music and me for a start. And then also it was like it was like viewer requested songs from during the suffer-a-thon. So it was purposely songs that I would hate doing. Like they would just be an awful experience to do. So one of them was like a Nightcore song. And like obviously the vocals were really high pitched and it was really fast and I can't sing, so it was just terrible all round. And then another one was Edamame by Baby No Money and Rich Brian. That was not great. And then what else was there actually? I don't remember. One of them was the Pikmin song. I also had to do that. And then I also had to do the song from Portal, but I forgot all the words. Oh no. There's a karaoke stream. I thought it was a karaoke with lab mates after a conference in Japan. No, I've never been to Japan. And I've also never done karaoke in real life. I would love to though. No, that's not true. I've done karaoke exactly once. And I sang All Star by Smash Mouth in a northern accent. Like in a northern English accent. Like and I remember this entire bar was full of people that didn't speak English also, and they were all like, "What on earth is going on?" And then like the people that I was with were just like crying with laughter the whole time because I was literally like, "Somebody once told me the." Like I basically just went up and did it in like spoken word. It was terrible. Yeah, couldn't take that seriously. That was fun. Sounds horrible. Is there a VOD? There is a VOD, but it's on the depths of my hard drive, only to be uploaded in about a year's time. One day we'll work through them. One day. Maybe one day. I would love to sing the Pikmin song, but I can't hit the high notes. Yeah. I feel like I did. See, I tried to do it as like a Rin Penrose impression, but like I said, I actually just can't sing, so it wasn't great. It wasn't great. Tired. The tired emote is because Husbando keeps telling me you need to upload your VODs. You should prioritize the ones that are funny and that people actually want to see. And then I'm like, okay. And then I just never do it because I don't have time to sit there and look through 6 hours of my own existence. So sad. So sad. That VOD sounds like a great thing to play during the after defense party. Please no. Worst nightmare. Worst nightmare. Impression. True. Very, very true. Very, very true. Okay. I think it's time to wrap up. I'm getting tired. You're all getting tired. People are falling asleep. We're all falling asleep. We're all falling asleep. So I think it's time to wrap up now. I think it's time to wrap up. Can your VROID model use pre-raid poses? If so, could you do a JoJo stance? Could be a redeem. I'm sure I could if I used a different program to what I use, but I think for now I'm like locked in my standing position, never to move. But maybe I could set that up at some point, actually. Maybe I could. Okay. Where should we go today? Where should we go today? Let's see. What? I just saw something really, really weird on the recommended. I'm so confused. Okay. Where should we go? Where should we go? Where should we go? Let's see. Oh, okay. Okay. I think I know where we're gonna go. I know where we're gonna go. Let me just check that they're still existing and streaming and stuff. Are they wrapping up? They look like they are not wrapping up. Excellent. Okay. I know where we're going. We're going to go to an art stream today. After the Viva. Honestly, that's like the running joke at this point. is that I'm gonna do things after the Viva. I'll just finally get around to doing everything after the Viva. That's how it feels. That's how it feels. Okay, so today we're going to go raid into Nanoade. If you've ever seen one of my schedules, then you've seen Nano's art. Yeah. Nano made the little chibi. The little full body chibi that we have on the schedule when I had schedules. Currently streaming art, doing art of the Vexpo mascot actually. So I feel like that's quite nice. That's quite cute and fun. So we're gonna go say hi to Nano. But yeah, that's the plan for today. As for future streams, no idea when the next one will be. I meant to say actually, I'm probably going to be streaming a little bit less over the next like week or two because I have I have a lot of thesis to edits to submit next week, and I'm scared and I live in fear. So I guess that's what we're doing. I need to focus on that. So I might be a bit less active, but I'll still be posting stuff on the social medias and things like that. So yeah, if you don't already, please follow. I have no schedule at the minute. Things are just chaos. I'm just streaming whenever I feel like streaming. Yeah, I have nothing. I'm not organized at the minute. Maybe one day we'll be more organized. So if you don't follow already, please do, because yeah, I don't know when I'm streaming half the time either. And yeah, thank you all so much for joining me today. Thank you for joining my yap. Apologies again for the scuff. That was painful. Let's not do that again. I think we've worked out what it was, so we'll try to avoid doing that again. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. But yeah, just make eye contact to assert dominance. So true. No. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Maybe next time. I don't know. Maybe whenever that is. Thank you, everybody. Bye.